One of the basic truths in education is that the quality of education depends largely upon the quality of teaching. Knowledge cannot be received unless the students are prepared to receive it. There can be no teaching when there is no learning. Teaching is an intricate, exacting, and challenging job. Though it uses knowledge, but the process of transforming the knowledge is not as simple. Hello friend, this is Dr. Rukhsana Aziz. Welcome to Kafia Education. Today I am going to talk about the skill of introduction. The skill of introduction is also known as the skill of set induction. It is related to the beginning of class teaching. If the beginning of class teaching is effective, then the outcomes of teaching learning process can be estimated very clearly. In this skill, teacher is very active and creative. Teacher have to grab students' attention in teaching learning process. For set induction, teacher asks a set of questions to the students related to their previous knowledge in order with the teaching topic. Questions or techniques are designed in such a way that maximum students can respond to them. This makes students active in the class and their interest can be seen by the beginning of the class. The teacher uses lots of tricks and tactics for starting the lesson, such as use of example, questioning, dramatization, narrating, etc. We have some components which come under the skill of introduction. First one is arousing curiosity. Teaching aids or techniques are designed in order to arouse curiosity and create interest in classroom teaching so that the students keep attention in the class. You can try to instill some curiosity in your students. Let's see with example. If you have to talk about the lesson air, how would you actually arouse curiosity in your students? You can ask to your student to fold a paper to make a fan out of it, like this. Then you can ask them to wave it in front of their face. Then you will ask them, what do they feel? So based on that previous knowledge, you have to arouse curiosity in your students. The teaching aids or techniques must be designed in such a way that the maximum student can respond to them. Nowadays, very creative teaching aids are being used by teacher for classroom teaching. In doing so, all students will keep attention in the class and rate of learning will be enhanced. Right? Come to the next point, using previous knowledge. Previous knowledge refer to knowledge already possessed by the students. If any new knowledge is to be added in the previous knowledge, there should be a logical continuity between them. New knowledge should also be relevant to the previous knowledge of the students. When you present new knowledge to the students, you have to bring their previous knowledge to their conscious level, right? Next point, using appropriate devices. Here device refer to teaching techniques that a teacher uses while introducing a lesson. Such devices can be questioning, asking question to get the students thinking about the topic of the lesson. Next, use audio visual aids, showing picture related to the topic, bringing real object related to the topic, telling a story to show the importance of the topic, dramatization, narrating, use of example, etc. The appropriateness of the use of each of these devices depends on its suitability to the maturity level, grade level, interest level, and the experience of the students, and also on the topic to be taught. Means the device should be appropriate and must be interesting. For example, you have to talk about the types of plant. You can show some plant to your students like this. Then you can ask them, do they all look the same? Then you will ask to your students, some students randomly to stand up and ask to state one difference between them. They may tell you about the height of the tree, about the size of the tree, flowering of the tree. They will come up with variety of answers. So the device must be appropriate and interesting so that the students keep attention in the class, right? Next point, proper sequencing. The ideas, statements and questioning which are made for the starting of the lesson must have the coordination. For example, if you have to talk about the living and the non-living, you can ask to your students, you must see in such animals, dog, cat, cow, what is common among these? Next, you take next question. Is there any way in which these animals are similar to plants? Further, you can ask, do you have anything common in these organisms? Next one will be, can all these organisms be compared with things like board, chair, table, like this? Means the question should be arranged in proper sequencing. Right? Next one is relationship between content, objectives and statement. This is very important for a teacher, that the relationship between his statement and objectives. Otherwise, student cannot make any judgment about the teaching topic. Next one is statement of aim. Teacher gives his statement of teaching topic. By incorporating the students' responses, teacher briefly tell the class what they are about to learn. Then, for example, today we are going to study about the living and the non-living, like this. Then you have to write the title of the lesson on the board and you can start the lesson. Last but not the least, duration of introduction. Duration of introduction must not be too long or too short. It must be in such a way that the student take interest and get motivated enough, so you can start the lesson. Finally, coming to the conclusion, a good introduction of the lesson is a skill and art which will engage students, tell them what to expect from the lesson and provide a framework with each student can work. During the course of introducing, the teacher must not forget that it is an introduction of the lesson to the student. It is a good way to be sure that students understand what the lesson will be about, right?